And here I thought I was done with this series, but then Paradox decides to release a new flavor pack and adds two new Formable titles. Well then, let's cover them. Welcome back, my fellow CK3 rulers. Today we'll be covering the two new Formable titles in the new flavor pack, with those being the Kingdom of Mann and the Isles, and the High Kingdom of the North Sea. As you may know, or well, as you may think, as I said earlier, you will need the new flavor pack and the Northern Lords to access these new formal tiles, as without it, you won't be able to take the decisions to form them. So, after that said, let's actually get into it. First, we'll cover the Kingdom of Man the Isles. You know the drill. The requirements are as follows. You have to be from the North Germanic culture group or Norman culture. Your level of fame must be at level 5, which is going to take a while. You have to be from the tribal or early medieval era, as if you actually reach any higher than that, you won't be able to take the decision. You have to own the county of Mann and also the duchy of Mann. You have to have the raider trait or Viking, as it's known if you are Norse, and you will need 2,000 prestige to take the the decision. And you also can't be an emperor or a king, so you still have to be a duke. As you may see, it's not that difficult to get. The only thing is that you will need to get the level 5 of fame. There are a few ways to do this. You can hold bloods, you can raise runes, but either way, it's gonna take a while to get there. And if you cover all the requirements, you get the following effects. You gain 2,500 renown to your dynasty. Your dynasty gains the legacy of piracy modifier for 100 years, giving the effects that are minus 50% embarkation cost, plus 50% raid speed. You can raid if you couldn't, because I don't know if you changed to feudal or something like that. You can now raid, and you can sail in major rivers instead of only being able to sail through around the seas. You also gain the Kingdom of Man and the Isle style, of course. The Duchy of Man becomes the EU part of the Kingdom of Man and the Isles. The County of Mon actually becomes the realm capital. You gain 3 building slots in your capital, and you gain an army of 5,000 levies, 1,000 Jones Viking pirates, 1,000 Bondi, and 500 Varangian veterans. So that's actually quite a lot of troops and quite powerful, if you ask me. The realm capital becomes the character's culture group. You gain 20 development in your realm capital, that means Mon. Your realm capital gains the Stone Sea modifier 100 years, giving the effects are minus 200% building construction time, minus 50% building construction cost. You also gain a choice between gaining the Great and the Terrible West Germanic culture group. Your level of fame must be a level 3. You have to be of just like the other from Untitled Tribal or early medieval era. You have to control the region of the North Sea heartlands, which includes Denmark, most of Norway, and the English duchies that face the coast of the North Sea. You have to control the kingdoms of Denmark, England, and Norway for 30 years before taking the decision. Uh, well, this is the worst requirement. I will talk about it later down in the video, just to clarify why is this the case and whatever. You can't be an emperor, so the you will also need 200 gold and 1,000 prestige. And the effects are as following: you gain the Empire of North Sea title, the kingdoms of Denmark, England, Norway becomes the U-Pot, the government becomes feudal if you're tribal and unreformed. You gain the High King of the Seas permanent modifier if you're tribal and unreformed. You gain the Sea King name if you're tribal and unreformed. You gain the Defiant High King modifier if you're tribal and reformed pagan. You gain also the nickname if you're that. You gain strong hooks on all powerful vassals with opinion if feudal, clan, or are not only if they're not pagan. It's actually pretty good, as you will be able to force most of England to actually become as a true one, and you will not have to deal with the Christian rebels that are pretty much popping up every time you invade England. You gain a 50% opinion modifier for 20 years with all powerful vassals with opinion if feudal, clan, or not pagan. You gain the great nickname if you are not tribal or pagan. Now, the section, in my final section of the video, I'll tell about a quick guide to how to form them. to get the kingdom and the isles is pretty easily. We'll start as Cyber the Boneless, as he already controls the land needed. We just need to get some prestige or start grinding a few poems, sacrifice people, hold bloods, whatever the case. Just get to the level 5 of fame. You will probably not get it in the first life, but 2 or 4 generations in, you will be able to get the prestige. As for actually gaining the titles of Mon and the Duchy of Man, you will have to have level 3 of tribal authority to revoke the title of your vassal, which actually holds the county of Mon. And well, you can already create the Duchy of Man, but you still need to own the county of Mon. As for getting the North Sea Empire, I did it as it was a snake in the eye, as you can subjugate all the job pretty much at the start game with the help of your brothers and form Denmark. Norway is pretty fragmented, so you can well, take it as a unified Denmark, and well, taking England or the Dutch is required to actually take the decision might take a while. I only recommend taking England if you have a young king, because if you're not, you're gonna have a lot of trouble thanks to the requirement that you need to hold the kingdoms for 30 years, and thanks to your tribal, you can't change from comparative attrition, so you will need to take this. So, like I said, I will only recommend taking England at last, and like if only when you have like a young king, like he has like 30 years, 20 years, or something like that, so that you have enough time to actually hold the kingdoms for 30 years, take the decision. I also recommend doing this way, as for the achievement you need to be tribal and non-reform, so you can't really do it as, for example, Hayden the White Shirt, since he is considered to be well feudal at the start game, and well, I also recommend doing it as any of the Sons of Ragnarok broadcast. If you don't have the achievement of Blood Eagle, you can also pretty much do it, because at that point, when forming the North Sea Empire, you pretty much can take the whole of the British Isles after that. And that's for it for the video for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, share the video so the algorithm pushes my content to more people. This was Effects Experts signing off.